Mr. Kenny Brown, we're back again. Mr. Chris Reinhold versus Barry Brown. Chris, you might remember as Chris Robinson, changed his name to honor the stepfather that raised him. And he's also former Moss participant on the USA team back in 2020. Came in 7th last year. Came in 3rd in the 2023 Scotty Townsend Memorial Open 9-ball. And then I think for 2024, the 9th place finishes at the McDermott Classic, the Buffalo Pro Classic, the Derby City Classic 9-ball. Could be a little tricky with the 6-7 depending on the angle he lands on. That should work out just perfect. Just draw off the 6, make sure you don't get in behind the 9. Actually gives the 7 a little bit of a bump. Enough angle, he should be able to approach this 8-ball almost straight. And with that angle, he's almost perfectly straight. He should be able to just draw back a little bit, maybe be another ball width off the rail for the 9 in this bottom right corner. One nothing, Mr. Chris Reinhold. Kenny will be joining me shortly. There you are, sir.
I was talking to myself over there. I don't think anyone could hear me, so I had to refresh my my page.
Yeah, when they shut the match down, you have to close the browser down or it will leave you logged in.
Okay.
And then just click on the link that they send us to get back in.
So I did watch the first game and I did commentate on it, just that nobody heard it. So.
Well, I'm sure it was insightful and accurate. So thank you very much.
I'm just gonna.
Pretty sure he's gonna have to push. I'm not sure that 1 ball is visible past the 7. Is that the jump cue he's got in his hand there? No. Okay. Just the way he was holding it, I wasn't sure how long that was.
Looking to see if he can baby swerve this one. He is going to lay up on the 2 if he makes it. So he may elect, if he can, only has to move it a tiny little bit.
Yeah, I don't believe he'll kick at it. He's just going to play a push, leave him close to that side rail, and just the edge of the 1. Oh, that's going to come out too far.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves, maybe.
I don't have any info on Barry Brown. He's no relative of mine, but I don't have any info on him.
It's funny, he looks exactly like you. No,
but he when I look up Fargo under Barry Brown, there's a few entries in there, and I don't think any of them are over 500 Fargo. So if he is one of those guys, then his Fargo is going to be in the 400 range. I just don't know for sure if he is, because where they're from doesn't seem to match up very well to where we are.
Right.
So it's really hard to tell.
Chris breaking the 4 out, but was unable to get back up table for the 3. And he'll just try a little kick safety.
Oh, he's left him a shot here, yeah.
And that 3 ball to the rail. I think he can still see it past the 8, but if the 8's in the road, it is just barely in the road.
I think we'll get an idea here on how Barry plays. Now, personally, I would play this with a little bit of follow and go straight to the side.
I think he's
end
kicking
cushion.
at it.
Oh, he didn't have enough.
It was kind of halfway on the ball, so I was a little bit curious as to whether he was trying to kick at it or...
Yeah, he must not have had a full ball there.
I'll see if
we're going to see a
Chris can
safety
spin
here.
the cue ball in behind the 4. No, he's just going to cut it in.
Oh, he's left himself a challenging shot here.
Yeah, but these are sometimes fun to let your stroke go, right? So you can really get into the cue ball.
I think he's got angle that he'd go 2 rails back around for the 5 ball. Not sure if his angle's enough for it.
Yeah, either 2 or just 1 up and down off that 4 in between the 6-8.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that a little bit of left-hand spin on that to have it checked back like that. I think he'll play this 5 ball 2 rails up in behind the 8 and bring the cue ball back down, try and get it all the way back down behind the 6.
He's looking like he's kicking at it. Yeah, he's kicking at it here.
Yeah, and this is one of those situations that you were talking about earlier where, you know, he's maybe going for a shot that he wouldn't have knowing the skill level of his opponent, right?
Right. I'm just trying to find...
He didn't miss that by much.
No, he did not.
I'm actually surprised he played it 1 rail. I thought he would play that 2 rails to come down for the 6.
It looks like he's going to have a line at this 5, and if he can just roll it in at pocket speed, basically, with the cut angle, he should end up kind of on the 9 ball.
I think it'd be more on the 7, but...
He undercut it quite a bit, so we'll never know now at this point, but he's got a hook.
Yeah. It's going to make Chris kick at it, although he just kicked at 1 a second ago and just about made it.
I'm trying to find our match on YouTube right now. For someone who spends as much time on a computer as I do, I'm sure not very good at some of this stuff. But
it takes a bit of work. Right, to follow along with the chat.
Yes.
And so far...
Oh, he's fluked in the 7 ball, and he's left himself up pretty rosy here. That's 9 ball, folks. Should follow off the end cushion, come on up, and...
It evens out, though.
Yep, that's what you hope.
Oh,
in a race to 7, it might not, but that's what your hope is that you both get the same amount of luck in a set. He's very, very straight.
Power draw.
Here. Yeah, power draw with some spin. Here we go. Oh, no spin, but power draw.
That looked effortless.
Great shot. Yeah, so Chris, as everyone or most people would know, is that Chris was actually on the Mosconi Cup team in 2020. And he's sitting at about a 750 Fargo right now. I think 753 or something like that. So he's definitely a great player.
Yeah, and if you go on to azbilliards.com, you can see his latest results. Like he took 9th in the Buffalo's Pro Classic Open 9 ball, 9th in the McDermott Classic 2024, and then 16th in the Derby City Classic 2024. Those are all tough tournaments.
Absolutely. And he actually, I was reading a little bit of stuff on him today, and he actually won the collegiate national title
in 2017.
Right. They don't offer that anymore. Apparently, that program was shut down, but it ran from 1937 until around 2020, and then they've shut it down now, so they're no longer doing that. But it was one of the longest running programs in college.
The collegiate championship?
Yeah, I'd
But-
I'd never even heard of it until I looked it up, and then but I found out that it had been running since 1937.
Really? Because I thought it was still going. I'm trying to remember the school that, like April Larson and Tyler Steyer, and I think Chris Reinhold went to it as well.
It may be a different one. I believe this one was the ACIU or something like that. There may be a different one.
Yeah. Kicking at the 3. Hoping to just get some separation between them. 4-ball is going to be a little tricky, though.
It's going to be tough because I don't think he can draw back. I don't think he can jack up enough to draw back for this. He's probably just going to stun it. Oh,
he doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't have to, like.
Yeah, he got some draw.
On it. Yeah, a little off on the 3, but
this will be
still with the 4-ball where it is. That's going to cause Barry some problems if he can make this 3.
I don't know how much room he has by the 7. If he was frozen to the end or the side rail here, I don't know if he could make that 4 or not. It looks like he's got some room. I just don't know how he's going to get there. Top left is what you would try, but oh, he had the other angle. Well,
he's ended up breaking out the 4. Kind of left Chris a little tough here. A little jump shot, maybe? Or has he got room to kick at it? He's going to kick at it 2 rails.
Yeah, he is, yeah. I almost thought he had enough room to go in behind the 8 and try it from that way, but he probably... I think 2 rail kicks are easier than 1 rail kicks a lot of times. It's a great shot. Oh.
Very close. Just hit the wrong side of center on that 3-ball.
Okay, let's see what Mr. Barry Brown can do with this one. I think really all he needs to do is just roll this into the side pocket. He's going to get pretty natural shape on the 4.
I agree.
And he's made that.
Exactly what he's done. He wants to keep an angle here. He's going to have to draw off of that to get the 6 into the top right.
Yeah, he wants to contact the rail a bit. Oh, good shot.
That's one way of doing it.
That's the Efren Reyes way.
There's the rolls evening out.
There you go.
Got to be careful he doesn't go forward on this and get in behind the 9. Just off the horn.
So we talked about this earlier, and what a great thrill it must be for Barry to get to play someone of Chris Reinhold's caliber. You know, a lot of people, they know that they don't have a much of a chance, coming into these tournaments, but they just want to go and get the experience and test themselves and see how well they can do. And this is obviously for Barry, that's what he's come here to do, is to get to play someone at a high caliber and get some experience as well. He'll never forget this for sure.
It's like any sport. I mean, how amazing would it be if you were a tennis fan and you got to play a match against, Rafael Nadal, right?
Like perfect.
It never happens, and we're lucky in pool that these situations arise where we actually can go play some of the top players in the sport.
Mm-hmm. And pretty cheaply too. I mean, what was the entry for this? $225, $250? Yeah, I mean, for $250, you get to come into a tournament like this, and the chances are pretty good that you're going to play someone of a really high caliber, at least at some point in the tournament. And for him to get to play, like whoever drew Shane Van Boening for $250, I mean, I would give Shane $250 to play him. So
yeah, race to 7 for $250. Yeah,
here.
It's cheap. Here you go.
Yeah, No, same thing. So a lot of these players are doing it for the experience, and it shows a lot of heart too for players that do come out because they know that they're essentially throwing that $250 away. But
And it's supporting the sport.
yeah, for sure.
Right? Like we always complain, there's no money in pool, but it's getting better and better and better. And you know, get out and support your local hall.
Yeah, there's not many good ones around these days. So the ones that are here, if you want them to stay, you got to support them. You know, when you go to pool league night, if they offer food in there, like, you know, plan to have dinner there that night if you can, you know what I mean, and do the things that you need to do to support them because if there's
at least
no
once in a while.
Yeah, sure. That was a good bank. That was unfortunate. He actually played a pretty good bank there. So unfortunately, he's left all the balls pretty wide open. 4 to the 5 will be the only little bit of a tricky situation, which isn't that tricky, but he's probably going to want to be fairly straight on this 4 ball right now. Just a little drawback for the 5.
Yeah, it looks like he'll just stun this over a little bit, get to the rail.
He's left himself a little angle. He's just going to go to the top side rail here and probably just come out a little bit with some little bit of left hand bottom. There you go. Oh, he might get behind the 7. No,
wow.
He's good. He's good.
Doesn't have to move anywhere for the 6.
No. And similar for the 7. Just wants to make sure he gets a nice angle that he can draw back for the 8. He may elect to play the cube on the other side of the table. Nope. Yeah, just a nice little easy draw here.
Even about 3/4 of the way back from where he is. And he elected to go the other side, so he'll roll forward and play this 9 in the bottom right.
It's looking pretty smooth.
Not feeling any pressure as well. He shouldn't, leading 4-0 in a race to 7.
These races are finishing up too quickly, like almost too quickly. You know what I mean? I wish they were running a little longer.
Yeah, it's 9 ball on a 7 foot, and we've got some professional quality, professional players. So, especially those matches that are making the TV table between the top players, those are going really quickly.
Right. I think you'll see when the top players are playing each other that they're going to slow down a little bit and take a bit more time. Yes,
I agree. I think we're just about to start the second round. These are the last few matches that finish off the A side. Yeah. Yeah, I think everything in the first round is either underway or completed. Oh no, they still have another round. Another round of 4 tables to go before they get on the next round.
Right.
Second round of the A's. But it's getting close.
Got a decent break here from Barry. Just roll this out and try and leave yourself a little bit of angle to come back across from the 2 to the 4 after. Make it a good leave here. Nope. Well, it's a good leave. He'll be okay. I'm guessing Chris is gonna leave the 1 on the left top rail and no, maybe not. I think he maybe go
put it over here.
He's going for the bank. I think
going for the bank.
Yep.
Ended up safe anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Barry looks like he's going to leave the jump cue at home.
Looks like he's going to get some distance.
And a little safety, but
yeah, maybe
play that 1 rail. Play it off the rail.
Yeah, he might have a path to it. And if he does, then he can use the 5 as a blocker. No, Yeah, he looks like he's putting some left-hand English
He'll
on it.
spin it rail first. Oh, but he's going to get trapped in behind the 5-7. He has the potential to get trapped as well here, going up and down for the 2.
It looks like he's doing 2 rails here. Yeah. Great shot. Oh, I thought the 2 was going to go up a little higher. He might. I don't think he's got a shot at it.
Yeah, I think he can see the left side of the 2, but I don't believe he can see enough to make it. If he can see any of the 2 at all.
Okay.
And he's going rail first as well.
Yep.
Gotta be careful you don't come in low and scratch.
That was a pretty good shot. Pretty sporty. That was
not a bad hit.
Yep. I'm curious now. This is a tricky little safety here.
Chris will bank that up table and use the 6 ball to stop the cue ball and use that cluster to hide the cue ball probably.
I just wonder if the 4 is causing him some grief with banking it back up.
It might. It's tough to tell from here.
Oh, that was lucky. I thought for sure if he went that way, he was going to go in off the 4.
I think he double kissed on the 4 and avoided it.
Mm-hmm. This is a tough shot too to make it, and he has to come off the rail a little bit here if he wants to have a good chance with the 4.
Chris is going to have a fun time cutting this 2 ball down that rail and then trying to avoid the side pocket and the 7. Oh, so he's elected to bank
safe here. Yeah, he's just going to play safe. He's left. He's got it. He's fortunate when he hit the 4 that he didn't leave him.
Yeah, just rolled in behind the 9.
Seems so far that Barry's got pretty good vision, you know, when it comes to coming off the rails and things like that. This is a tricky. Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to swerve this.
Just a little bit. Oh, into the 7.
He seems to rush a little bit, you know, like he seems to get down like he's in good position, and he pulls the trigger very, very quickly, and I think that hurt him in that one. He was a bit pokey on that. I think he could just use to slow down just a little bit more.
That's a pretty common trait, especially for those of us that are under, you know, the 650 mark.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like sometimes you're just playing to just get the heck out of there. You know what I mean? Like just get the shot over with. You don't think anything good's going to come of it, and you just want to kind of just hurry it up almost, you know. And it's when you start slowing down and taking your time that you start really getting better results, right?
Yes, you're in a rush because you don't have any confidence that you can complete the shot.
Exactly.
You just want to finish and move on to the next one and hope something good happens. Threading that cue ball.
That was a nice little touch. Yeah.
It's got another super thin cut stretched out over the table. And it's going to be a long one. He'd love a little bump off the rail just so he can cue it better.
This is not easy by any means. Got to watch out for some scratches here too.
I think he's fine with the scratch, cutting it to the bottom left, and he can just put a little bit of just center ball. It'll come 2 rails down for the 9.
Oh, what a great shot. Didn't scratch. No, he's good. Even this is a little tricky sometimes.
You almost always want to be up table when cutting a ball into the corner pocket like that, just because it's a little easier to control your cue ball. So that'll give Chris 5 in a race to 7. Barry trying to get on the board. For those of you just joining us, it is the Weir Memorial 2024 edition coming to you from the Golden Fleece Billiards in Everett, Washington. Stream provided by EvoSports Streaming. Commentary by a bunch of volunteers. I don't think they had to look too hard to get volunteers to watch and commentate on the matches. There's a whole bunch of us.
It's taken me till 5-0 to find the YouTube stream.
I didn't know you hadn't found it yet. I could have just cut and pasted it and sent it to you in Messenger.
That's just how old I am.
That's all right. Just roll this in. It should be good on the 3. Just like that.
Yeah, he's got nice angle here.
Perfect.
Should be able to just do like a little pinch stop here. Yep. Oh, he was dead straight, so he could just do some force follow there, stun follow.
Well, it doesn't want too much of an angle. That should be fine. A little bit more than he wanted. He's going to have to come all the way to the rail now. Has to be careful to avoid the side pocket and avoid the 6.
It's a good shot. He doesn't seem like he's going to have any trouble now. He can pretty much do a stop shot here if he wants to, or draw back just a little bit.
The only thing you really want to do is just make sure you keep your approach to the cue ball from being hindered by another object ball. There's nothing worse than getting down to the last 3 balls and you get a jack up over one of them. Oh, there's a lot of things worse, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
To get on the hill, Chris REINHOLD now leads 6-0. Barry Brown coming up to rack in what hopefully for him is not his last rack of this match. One of the front 2 is supposed to be at the back. I don't think Chris is too worried about it at this point. Barry just wants all the balls to touch so he gets a decent break.
Nice to see Barry get one here.
Yeah, I'm breaking from the side, trying to pot the 8 and dress up on the 1. So a little bit of backspin on the cue ball. Pop the 8 ball a little bit short. That comes around 3 rails out in the middle of the table, and the cue ball goes down table.
Looks like he might have an edge, but I don't think so. I think he's hooked here. He's probably.
I think that 8 ball is solidly in the road.
Yep.
And he's just going to push to the side rail. That might be dangerous. Oh, that's too heavy. He may get this one back. And I think he did. I don't think Chris got out of his chair.
Well,
it's not the worst place it could have ended.
It's a tough cut.
Chris can use the 3-4 to try and stop the cue ball. It's going to have some speed on it after the 1.
Looks like he's going to be...
If that gets all the way to the rail, I think you can see the 2.
Yep.
I think he's just elevating a little bit. Is he going to swerve this a bit?
He's hooked here, though.
Into trouble here, though.
Yeah. He's free stroking a little bit, just kind of taking whatever he gets at the moment. He's not overly worried about the result at this point, I don't think.
Eagle hit, and he's going to scratch.
Oh, here you go, Barry. Here's your chance.
6 ball run out.
Yep.
Get on the board and force an 8th game.
I mean, I like just putting this straight into the corner up where the 4 is and just following up to where you need. You could also go into the side pocket at the top and come off the rail. Just wants to leave himself a little angle. Don't get too straight.
That's
Okay,
going to be tough.
that's a big lesson right there. You're so much better to be at least a foot back of that and have some angle than you are to get down right where you are there, because he's just going to roll forward. But now he's got to take a long shot down to the 5, and you know, hopefully he can just do a stop shot here pretty much and roll the 6 in. So I'm rooting
He's
for
going to
him
have to
on
drop back a little bit to roll the 6 in and have a nice transition to the 8.
Yep. Yeah, I'm rooting for him right now. He just slow roll.
Take your time.
Now he does get a little bit wrong angle. Just don't get funny. Just roll this in, pop off the rail a little bit, maybe a touch of inside English, but just roll to the rail and come off a little bit. And there you go.
Yeah, who wouldn't love to have that 9 ball to stay alive, right?
Yeah.
And Chris gave it to him.
Atta boy, Chris. Good job. That's a
Little bit
nice.
of sportsmanship there.
Yep.
Now, Barry may have made the 9, but you know, he shot well to get through the first 5 balls, and you know,
I think Chris recognizes the importance of Barry being in the tournament and what he's looking to get out of it, and I think Chris did a pretty stand-up thing there. Because there's no way I'm giving that ball to anybody. I don't care what your Fargo level is.
I have to admit I would have made him shoot that as well. But
yeah,
and again, my Fargo's not in the mid 700s, so I'm not near as confident as Chris that I'm still going to end up on top of this match.
I would have made Shane Van Boening shoot that ball. But good on him, because like I said, I think he recognized.
Ooh, made the 1, made the 8. He's dressed up on the 3, just about scratched. 5 ball's going to be tricky. Can he do anything with the 3 to make that 5 ball move, or does he have to do it with the 4?
He'd love to be in this angle here, just so he can nudge the 9 when he comes through. Oh, he's going to come down from the bottom rail now with inside English and try to bump the 9.
Yeah, coming up off the bottom rail.
Yeah, that was the tricky part. He had to hit that 9 about half ball, and he hit it full.
He was just trying to get that to the rail.
Yeah.
And tuck that cue ball in next to the 7, but he hit it a little bit stiff. And that'll give Barry another opportunity to heal 1 back. Oh, I thought that was going to miss, but he hit both horns and dropped.
Okay, deep screw, bottom left. Just come across the table to the other side. Miss the 9 on the high side. Oh, I thought he had it.
Rattles it, but he's going to get a little lucky here.
I thought he had it when he hit the ball. He hit it pretty smooth.
He's left the cue ball on the other side of the 9, so Chris is going to have to bring out his jump cue or start kicking. I still like his odds for making this no matter which way he goes.
Yeah.
Airborne or...
he's going to want to go either... I think he's going to want to come off the long rail when he does this. Oh, he's actually playing... Okay, I thought he was going to jump.
That's going to be close by the 9.
Oh, he tried to arc it.
What Kenny means by arcing it is you hit it fairly stiff into that first rail so it shortens up, but with a lot of draw. And then as it comes off, the draw actually curves it even steeper towards the 6.
Yeah, you can't hit that one with topspin because it'll just make the cue ball jump in the air. So you have to hit those. When you're going to hit them hard off the rail like that, they've got to be a little below center.
Well, that, and you can also arc it the other way with the topspin, right?
Yeah, but except that when you're shooting straight into the rail like that, you're going to just jump the ball. It's going to hit the rail and the ball's going to jump. So he can just roll this in nice and easy. Oh.
Is
Barry,
he a little lucky? No, that's going to come out.
I'm rooting for you, Barry, but... And this should do it here. He's going to be perfectly straight on the 9. Just about. There we go.
So Chris Reinhold defeats Barry Brown 7-1. He'll move on. His next match is, where did I see that? I'm just looking at the draw sheet now.
And these guys started at exactly 1 o'clock, so that was a 35-minute match, which is pretty quick.
That's pretty quick for a race to 7.
It's pretty quick.
I know I saw the match on here. Where did I see it? I'm just trying to see who he plays next. Yes. Oh, look at that. So he'll be playing Spencer Ladden. He's the fellow that came in second last year, so that's going to be a good match. And speaking of quick, if I remember correctly, Spencer doesn't take a lot of time. So between Chris and Spencer, even if we run, twice as many games, this could also be a 35-40 minute match.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a little longer than that if it goes hill, but
Well, we will be looking to see what our next assignment is. I'm just checking right now. And let's see when... we have a big match coming up at 4 o'clock. It'll be Stan Taranjo versus Corey Duell.
yes.
That's going to be excellent. And let's see what else we have.
We have one at 2:30, but it hasn't been announced yet as to which match it's going to be.
Right. So we will see you guys in an hour. And... once we find out who the players are going to be, it'll be great. But we'll see you at 2:30, and can't wait to get going again. I'm actually quite excited about today. It's been a lot of fun, and the way that they're running this is really, really top notch as well. The way that they've done the scheduling and stuff like that, I'm really, really excited about all this so far.
Yeah. So keep watching on EvoSports Streaming YouTube channel. They have other matches on the go right now. We have. It should be Shu Cheng Chow versus Billy Silvera. And I think Spencer Ladden and Jacob Easley is finished as well. So
there you go. I was gonna see if Trevor needed a hand, but he's obviously he doesn't.
No. All right, folks. We'll see you in another hour, I guess.
See you guys. See you, Colin, in a bit.
Take care, Kenny.
Thanks.